Hundreds of runners are going to be hitting the street this Sunday for the 25th Austin Marathon and Half Marathon. And Alicia Inns is downtown where it's all going to be happening this weekend. Alicia, I understand the entire team of medical experts, doctors, are going to be set up down there in case a runner needs help.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, John. Seton is the official medical provider for this race. So, yes, there's going to be nurses, doctors all on hand in case there does happen to be a problem. Actually, 26 nurse stations set up all along the route for this marathon, as well as an emergency medical tent. So they've really got all hands on deck here. I want to introduce you to someone this morning. This is Dr. Keely Hanzelka, who's going to be speaking with doctors and participants, I should say, this morning, this weekend, about this race. One of the biggest things I want to talk about with you is, you know, maybe you've been training, maybe you haven't been training. What are some of the biggest tips that you have for people as we go into the weekend and we really get ready for these guys to start running?
Well, the biggest thing is you want to make sure you eat a good meal the night before. That's, given. But you want to eat something the morning of as well to make sure your energy supplies are up. And you want to pick something you've had before. You don't want to try anything new the day of, something you know is going to sit well with your stomach. And then also, not as important for the half marathoners, but for the marathoners, you also would like to have some energy source for the second half of the race.
Okay.
So whether that's goo or a bar, whatever you've tried again before that you know sits well with your stomach, ideally something you've trained with, then you would like to have that on hand as well. And then when it comes to hydration, you want to make sure you pre-hydrate and you hydrate during the race, because especially on warmer years like this year is going to be, you're going to lose a lot of fluids through sweat and you need to replace that. However, you don't want to drink 4 glasses of water at every single water station, because then you can get into overhydration, which actually can be potentially deadly.
I didn't even see, some people might not even know that. Let's talk about some red flag warnings. What do you suggest that runners do to really notice and recognize what's going on with their body if there happens to be a situation?
When it comes to hydration, we always say drink to thirst. So if you're thirsty, drink. If you're feeling bloated or full every time you drink, that's overhydration, and you need to stop drinking. Other red flags would be it's normal to have aches and pains in your muscles and joints. It's hard on your body, 26.2 miles. But if you're getting more than one muscle group cramping, so like your leg, your arm, your back, your whole body is starting to cramp, that's potentially a big problem. You need to stop and seek medical attention. The other thing is, if you're a spectator and you notice that a runner doesn't look right, maybe try to ask them a couple of questions, make sure that they know who they are, basic stuff, where they're at, what the date is. If they can't answer simple questions like that, that's also very concerning for something that could be potentially deadly, and they need to be pulled from the race and seek medical attention immediately. Another thing people don't realize is it's very common when you stop a marathon at the end of the race to collapse, faint, feel very lightheaded or weak. That's normal once you stop running. If you feel that way while you're still running, that's also a big red flag. Something could be going on that's, dangerous. You need to stop and seek medical attention. And as always, if you feel any chest pain or shortness of breath, you need to stop immediately and seek medical attention.
Doctor, I really appreciate you taking the time.